On the side of the road in front of the presidential palace in Jakarta, members of two Christian churches have been holding services for the past 2 years. Both were closed down by local officials, claiming they lacked the permits needed to build a place of worship. And while the Supreme Court ruled the closure illegal in 2010, one of the churches remains sealed. We want to show President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono that religious minorities like us cannot peacefully exercise our right to worship, even though the Supreme Court has ruled that we can. They pray the next president will enforce the ruling.
Amen.
Members of the Ahmadiyya, a Muslim minority sect, visit the congregation in show of solidarity. Only days earlier, they say hardline Islamic groups attacked their mosque in West Java and shut it down. For the past 10 years, attacks against religious minorities, Christians, Ahmadis, Shia and Sufi Muslims, have increased significantly. According to the Indonesian Setara Institute, which monitors religious freedom, the attackers have mostly been Sunni militants. While President Yudhoyono spoke out against religious intolerance, analysts say these hardline groups acted with impunity under his decade-long administration.
The government in the past 10 years have been mostly guilty by omission, by not referring to our constitution and not referring to our supposed political culture that is open-minded and tolerant.
The majority of Muslims in Indonesia practice a moderate form of Islam. Under Suharto's 32-year authoritarian rule, they lived in relative harmony with people of other faiths. And after his downfall in 1998, the country made great strides in restoring democratic freedoms. But it also allowed once marginalised Islamic hardline groups to re-emerge. Both presidential candidates, Jakarta Governor Joko Widodo and former military general Prabowo Subianto, pledged to uphold pluralism. Prabowo is seen as a potentially strong and decisive leader, but many think he may be beholden to the conservative Islamic parties in his coalition. Widodo is supported by a largely secular coalition. However, observers question his ability to rein in Islamic hardliners. Either way, this election will test Indonesia's young and fragile democracy, but many hope it will be an example of how the world's largest Muslim nation can peacefully choose its next leader. Anna Corin, CNN, Hong Kong.